Welcome to EV Rookie, a place where everybody can learn something about electric vehicles. Today, we're going to learn about power sharing and specifically with Wallbox Pulsar Plus. What does that mean? Well, in my case, my house has a 100 amp panel and I don't have enough room to have two breakers serve two EVSEs or chargers to charge two cars. So I connected the two EVSEs, the wall chargers, to a single 50 amp breaker, providing 40 amps total to both chargers. So the wall boxes are sharing power when two vehicles are connected at the same time. So before we get plugged in and charging, let's take a look at how the chargers are actually set up. In my case, I have a primary and a secondary Wallbox Pulsar Plus. So let's go to the primary Wallbox and we'll go to settings and upgrades. I'll connect via Bluetooth. And now I have power sharing. You can see I've got two chargers, maximum 40 amps for the chargers to share. And in this case, I happen to have 6 amps set for the minimum for the chargers. So that's how it's set up. Also to note, here is where the power limit is set. One item of note is that the firmware and app software were recently updated. So this may look different on your current app, but I'm guessing it works similarly to how this is set up. So let's go ahead and plug in the charger to the car and see what happens. So now that we have power sharing set up, let's go ahead and plug one of the cars in and see how it looks on the charging screen. In my case, I get about 230 volts overall when the car is charging at 40 amps. So let's see what this looks like. I have the charge limit set to 100 because I have the charging schedule on my charger. There it goes to 40. All right, so it's almost there. There's 40 amps, there's 9 kilowatts. And let's see how it looks on the app. So the app shows 9.3 kilowatts at 40 amps. So that's about right. Now let's plug in another car and see what happens. So with one car plugged in and charging, you can kind of see the blue ring flashing over there on the far right for the first charger. Let's plug in the second one. Now what's going to happen is, instead of getting 9.2 kilowatts, both vehicles should drop down to 20 amps each, which would be, 4.5 kilowatts to the car. Let's see what happens. Let's move the charging limit up. And again, both are charged at the same time. So what we're going to see is this should go to 20 amps max, and we'll get about half of the 9.2 for each car. There goes the 10. 13. Keep going. You can see it slowly ramping up. There's 15 amps. It says it's given 4 kilowatts at 15 amps. There it goes, 17. So you can see it's balancing them both out. Here's the secondary on the Wallbox charger. This is this car right here. It says 3.5. It's giving me 4 there. It's almost there at 19. Slowly crank it up. This is what the car's seeing. And this is what the Wallbox app says it's supposed to be giving. And there we go, we're at 20. So with this car charging at 20 amps, let's go see what the other car is doing at the same time. And there you go. It's also doing 20 amps. What I could also do is simulate what happens when the car stops charging. So I'm going to go to the Wallbox app. And let's stop the charging of the other car. And let's see what happens here on this one. You can see the amperage went to 40 again because it's getting all of the power. The other car has stopped charging. So that's power sharing on the Wallbox Pulsar Plus. So there you have it, rookies. 2 EVSEs connected to a 50 amp breaker, getting 40 amps total to 2 EVSEs or chargers, connecting 2 cars at the same time. Power sharing. If you have 2 cars charging in the middle of the night and one car reaches its set state of charge, the second car will take that leftover power and continue to charge until it reaches its set point for its state of charge. Power sharing, fantastic setting for Wallbox Pulsar Plus EVSEs. I hope everybody learned something today. Come back again.